Thank you for being there. It was very kind of you all. We have been going through stuff together here on HAPS, just adjusting to the new format, trying things like OBS, and I'm now going to just be patient and wait, right? I better remember what I got to do here. I got to talk to Colin. There he goes. And then I think Eric also messaged me. All right. Eric. There he is. And then, that's funny, Ace. All right. There we go. That's good. How is your Sunday going? You having a good Sunday? I hope so. I'm having okay day. I was feeling a little bit under the weather yesterday, but I'm feeling a little better today. Has anybody else been adjusting to the weather? The full moon, I think, affected a lot of people. There was some high emotions going on. It was beautiful to look at. I loved it. Today, I love the broadcast because we talked about cybersecurity, and we briefly talked about cyberbullying. We talked about how difficult it is for teenagers right now, the pressures that they're going through. We have our little squabbles on this format, but for them, it's bad. I'm just going to do a few shout outs here. Darby Jones, professor, creator, photographer, all around great person. Truly, really a nice person. Like, really, really nice. Very kind. Let me see what we have here. Just checking some Twitter stuff here, folks. Sorry about this. Just see what we got. Multitasking today. I had a couple of people ask me if I was going to do a broadcast. I'm just going to be up for a few minutes. Thank you, Ted Hicks. I appreciate your support. Ted is one of those guys that you should follow. Just all around kind guy, very nice, very centered. Gratitude is the vitamin for the soul. Do you guys believe that? I do. Gratitude and grace, probably the most important things. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not also plan, but also believe. And we must believe. Believe in your dreams. Believe that you can do it. Sunday blessings awakening around the world. So Bobby Bicker was in that. J.S. Scope. Chris Gales. Oh my God. He was on today. He had 500,000 views. He is blowing up Reddit. True Seeker, how are you, sir? How's fatherhood? You treating yourself well? How are you doing? I'm doing well. How about yourself? Amazing. You still broadcasting? Are you trying to do it every day? You busy right now? Do you want to come up for a minute? Oh, thank you so much for the award. Here, I'll put you up if you want to come up. I know you're busy. I know your hands are full. But if you can come up, promote yourself, that would be great. That's kind of the key right now for a lot of people is just support yourself. You know what I should do? Guys, it's getting dark already. Isn't that scary? 1 sec here. I'll just be 1 minute. Here we go. Let there be light. Right? All right. Let's see here. What do we got? I love your name, True Seeker. There we go. Hmm. Do you have two sites? Really quickly. Okay, cool. So I have to push the purple button and keep an eye on the waiting room. And that's the key. I find lighting is really difficult. Um, belief is everything, vibration is everything. It's crazy. James had a wonderful workout today. Man, was he sweating. It was wild how wild he was, just a sweaty mess. It was pretty bad. Alexa, can you play music by Duder?
Here's some music by Duder on Amazon Music.
Let's see if she plays what I like. Have you guys ever listened to Duder? Doesn't look like she's doing it. Interesting. I did. Oh, there you are, guys. Sorry, buddy. I'm multitasking here. I've got multiple messages at once. Sorry, I got lost there for a second. Please forgive me.
How's
How
it
are
going?
Good. I'm just I'm trying to get some work stuff done. That's
That's me
all.
too.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a few things done. I have and I've also had there are quite a few people not too pleased with me right now, so
Uh-oh. What are you
that happens.
doing?
That happens. That happens. Well,
Yes.
I have a new rule, and some of the people don't like the rule, so I'm just gonna tell you so you know.
Okay.
If you won't come on the broadcast, like live with your pitch, like as you are now in front
Mm-hmm.
of me, I'm not interested in you coming out.
That's a legitimate rule.
And
I do
and
that too.
and the reason I'm doing it is I've now had 3 people, individuals in a month, pretend they were me and go into broadcasts.
Oh, wow. Really?
And then yesterday I asked a couple of people that I didn't bring up earlier if they'd be okay with just showing me their face on camera. And these are people I've never met before. And this isn't JB, and this isn't Lenny.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there was 2 individuals, and I didn't trust them. And I got in the room, and they knew way too much about me, and I didn't know anything about them. And I felt like there were people I knew, but they were pretending under another name. It'd be like if I came up and went, "Hi, my name's Billy Bob." But you
Yeah.
sound a lot like Michael Bathurst. No, no, I'm Billy Bob.
Right. Hey, Karen.
And I went, I think I knew who you are. No, 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 no. I've heard that before. I'm Billy Bob.
Yeah, that's. Ugh.
So I
See,
almost, and it'd be like someone saying to me, "So, Mike, how are you?" "I'm fine." "Oh, shit, I'm Billy
mm.
Bob."
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I do on TikTok because I'll tell
Mm-hmm.
people, I'm like, look, I don't know you. We've never talked, and um, you you start being disrespectful or making some weird comments, like I'll drop you. I'll give you a chance, but I'm gonna drop you.
Yeah.
And I tell them I have to see your face. I can't see the ceiling. I can't see the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just yeah.
Well, and the
Um,
other thing is, too, if we're discussing, I don't know if I can't see you through body language what's going on.
hmm
And being a very intuitive person, I don't feel safe if I can't see the person. I don't know what's
hmm
going on. And for some reason,
Right.
it triggers me. So today I had all these people going, "If you don't feel safe, then you should not have your picture up and you should just run home." And I went, well, and the other one today was, "You think you're God and you're a controlling person and you go on," and I don't know, I'm suddenly Southern or something.
Yeah.
But,
It's all right.
and, and
I
I
do the same
said,
accent.
and I said, I just my any time in my life, and I don't know if you've had this, especially when I was dating, when I was a kid, and I would know that this woman was going to hurt me, like my heart, but I would proceed anyways. Do you know what I mean? The senses
Yeah.
would be like, "Oh my," you know,
Yeah. Yep.
but the but
You're
but the
like,
brain went, "Oh no,"
yep.
but the body
Yep.
went, "Oh my," and the brain
Oh
went, "Oh
yes.
yeah."
Oh no.
You know, it was like having the angel and the devil,
Uh-huh.
and you would see the signs, and you know it would never work out, but you went proceed anyways. And what happened?
Hmm.
It wasn't good.
It got worse.
It got worse, and I've had individuals where I was like, run, and then they tricked me, and they just did me good, like either screwed me out of money or were slanderous with my name. And it was so sweet. Richard came up today and he goes, Michael is not a control freak and all this, and I'm like, oh, don't do that.
Yeah. You're like, thanks, but
Like,
no, no,
like,
no.
thank you, buddy, but don't do that.
But who's to say that like you can't run your broadcast how you want? Like that's the beauty of this, you know?
Oh, I
Like
like horrendous comments, buddy. Like you know how you said about your cap,
hmm
in that
yeah.
range, in
Oh
that range of
god.
looniness, right?
Yeah. Blazin calls them toddlers on sugar. People you can't have a conversation
Yeah,
with. They
yeah.
don't care. It's just,
I want to
I've
read
had
something
that.
to you. I want to read something to you, and this is so true. Just because someone doesn't love you the way you want them to, doesn't mean they don't love you with all they've got. So, in other words, people are doing the best that they've got with what they have. And
Hmm.
then I got in a huge, like it takes a lot to get. I was seeing red,
Oh no, really?
and what happened is Milton came up, and I think I misunderstood, but I'm not sure. But my thought was he is trying to tell me what my beliefs are. So he
Hmm.
came on and said, "You being a Christian, you need to forgive." This is what from an atheist. And I went, "I'm not a Christian, and I don't talk. I don't talk about forgiveness." So here's my thing:
Yeah.
I'm not a forgiver. I just am not. And what I do is I'll say to myself, let's say you and I got in a fight, and
Uh-huh.
I see great potential in you. So I go, okay, I either accept him for the way he is with his flaws, and he accepts me, and I just have to adjust the way we have our relationship.
Hmm. Yep.
And but that's not forgiveness. That's adjustment. That's coping.
Right.
So I cope. I'm a shitty forgiver.
Are you?
And
My
I
brother
even
will never. He never
and
says sorry.
I won't forgive myself because
Oh, well.
like if I make mistakes, I'll come forward. But I think everybody has a right if they want someone to come up and see them. And so what I said was I want to respect your boundaries. So how about this? We'll go to Messenger or something like that where we can see you, or WhatsApp, or something where I can see your face. I'll see you for like 30 seconds, and then I'm good. And as long as
Uh-huh.
you are the person that you've been posting the pictures of, we are square, and I will apologize on air.
Right.
But I have more than myself that I'm accountable for. Like
Hmm.
I have multiple companies now that I represent, and
Right.
I can't afford to get hacked because someone's offended.
Hmm.
So I got
Well,
threatened today. It was like, I don't know if you can live with yourself. And I'm talking to management about what you did. And I'm thinking, I don't think I could have been any nicer about it. Like, I don't know if I could have. Hi, Kevin. Sorry. Did you
right.
see the comment after you signed off? Yes. Yeah. It was a threat. Yeah. It was a threat.
Here's what I've learned with TikTok.
Okay.
You would,
TikTok's
you would,
nasty, isn't it? TikTok's really nasty. It's like another
it's
world.
sharks. Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
And you're a
just
minnow.
keep it moving, right? Like you just got to go, with it and just keep it moving. Because I almost stopped broadcasting live because
Mm-hmm.
of the hate.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? You can't control me. You can't control my broadcast. You can't control my live. Bite me. And if it really gets to a point, I know we don't have the block button yet, but I'll
Yeah.
block people in a heartbeat. And they're like, well,
Yeah.
so much for free speech. And I'm like, you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about my child, you know? Because
Yeah.
where I'm from, you'll get beat up.
You basically you have to protect your family, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I
And
I
and
just
and to me, this is not the real world. It isn't. It just it's fun. We meet each other. If someone said to me, Michael, unless you show your face, I don't want you in my broadcast, I would go, okay, I understand. It's a different boundary. I don't agree with it, but I might even suggest, how about if I meet you for a coffee? And then you
right.
get to meet me, right? If they're close by. So I said that to JB yesterday. I said, I wish to God I could just go for a coffee with you and a bike ride, and this would all be done.
Hmm.
And then I've had individuals who said they weren't in broadcast. We saw them in the green room, and Tony saw this person, and James saw this person, and they said we got hacked, and that's not me. But the
Oh,
lips and the words that this person didn't know they were saying that were being seen matched. So this is a master hacker to be able to anticipate what this person's going to say and lip sync it perfectly.
do you, right. Well, when's the last time you changed your password? And do you delete your
I had to last week.
how many
Yeah,
how many characters is it?
it's a lot.
Is it over 20?
Let me think here. It's about 16, something like that. Around that range, 16, 18.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Um
long. It's long and it's a weird one. Like,
okay. Okay, if you make it complicated, and the other thing is too is this: if you have any way of monitoring yourself on the dark web to see if
yeah.
anything is there, when you have any apps or anything that you were on before, you might want to try to
Hmm.
go make sure everything is closed. That's
Yeah.
how they get your information too.
Kevin, do you
Um,
have that comment handy that was left to me at the end of the broadcast? If you do, just cut and paste it into the. No, I want to show and this, thank you. And this is what I've been seeing for
mhm.
weeks. This hate, and I've also had an outpouring of love. So but when you have people saying to you, if you don't feel safe, don't show your face, don't be on, I'm like, okay. So here it is. Shame on you. I will be talking to the owners and the CEO about your treatment, lies, and abuse of this platform. If you can't apologize to myself and JB, you are seriously need to rethink what you did and said. You don't own this platform. I did nothing to include in your argument with JB or singled out. What a sad situation, and now you try to play the victim. I always tell the truth, and God knows it. Perhaps you should do the same.
That's why people don't like they're standoffish from God because they're like, oh yeah, God knows it too, and it's like, where
Hmm.
in the conversation were you guys talking about God? And I'm a Christian, but I
Yeah.
think that it's like, go ahead. I would have told them report me. Go right ahead. Guess what? It doesn't
Um,
matter because they're gonna probably look at it and go,
but
mm,
here's the thing. I was nice as pie. I couldn't have been any nicer. And I said,
I,
and these individuals were saying, no one has my picture. My picture is nowhere to be seen on the net. And I said, you go into a grocery store and they're filming you. You go down the
yeah,
street, they're filming you. Unless
yeah,
you are a hermit living in your apartment and have your groceries brought in, even in my hallway, I'm
mm,
telling you, if I'm going to tell you a true story. It's not this building; it's another building, and it was a friend of mine, very wealthy, had no clothes on, drunk out of his mind. and was in the hallway going, "I need vodka," or "I need something," and it was all filmed, and it ended up on the net.
Oh
And
no.
luckily, he owns his own company, but he so he went into work on the Monday. And went, "How was your weekend, boss?" "Oh, it was a slamming good time."
You gotta be careful nowadays.
Well,
Everybody
he
has
also
a.
got caught one time being in a meeting, leaving his camera on, and he had a suit on, but he only had his underwear on.
Tell me he
Like
didn't stand up.
he stood up, so he had like the suit, the tie, the jacket,
And then the
and
box.
you know what he said? You know what he said? He even did a video, but he goes, "You got to let the boys breathe."
It's such a true argument. Oh
He said, "You get
man.
hot." He says, "We sit in that chair," and he says, "I didn't know the camera's on. I'm sorry." And then some of the people who work with him were saying things like, "You were advertising. You knew because he's single."
Yeah.
He goes, "You're advertising. That's what you were doing."
Oh my gosh, that's the funniest. That's something I would do. It happened a lot whenever I used to smoke.
Hmm.
I would have stuff in my lap, and I'd forget about it, and I would just stand up, and everything
Colin, you've
fell.
been invited if you want to come out. Bonjour. Bonjour.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. I found out the crypto.com currency.
Just one sec.
Um,
I'll be right
uh-huh.
back. One sec. I'm on a call right now. See what I mean? Like it's just
Mhm.
nonstop. So I'm not answering the one phone, and what are they doing? We'll call through this way. Yeah.
So did somebody get your number?
No, no. This is family. This is
Oh,
family.
okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, oof, because I know I had to
Yeah.
change mine. My number ended up on the black web or the dark web,
Oh. Okay.
because I have Capital One, and they
Mm-hmm.
have this thing called CreditWise, and they
Yes.
monitor the dark web for you.
Ah.
So yeah, so when it comes up, they're like, yeah, you might want to do something here, you know. So it's, I mean, and we're totally oblivious to these things, and I started
Mm-hmm.
to become aware of it because of school and what I'm going to school for. Before that, I could have cared less. And I was like, why are you calling me? The majority of people that end up getting spam calls is because they're not erasing their digital footprint properly.
Mm-hmm.
So, oops. But hey, Michael, I wouldn't worry about it. You're a great guy. I don't understand why somebody would. Maybe it's the little 12-year-olds that have hopped up on here that want to try to turn it into the next TikTok. Please stay away. I like grown folks talk. Um, but maybe it's them. Maybe they don't have a um.
I would never leave a comment like that. And anybody who knows me, I would never leave a comment like that. To me, you know what I call that? Keyboard warriors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And,
Exactly.
and I think people think that that doesn't haunt them. And then if
Right.
you blatantly lie about stuff and you get caught, it reminds me of that song. It wasn't me. Caught you in the shower, wasn't me. Caught it on camera, wasn't me. It's just so proceed with caution. It's
Well, thank
okay.
you
So
for the
the
heads
so
up.
so I just got another message here. Sorry about this.
Yeah.
So it
No, go ahead.
says, "Michael, it's okay that you don't want me in your stream because I don't show myself. I buy that totally. Michael, it's okay that oh okay, I don't know. I can't see the rest of it. Sorry. I'm worried I'll push the button. But I've been nonstop getting this barrage only because I don't feel comfortable. And all you got to do is come on for like 5 seconds. Show me, and if I can look at the picture and it matches up with the pictures that you've been saying you are, perfect.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we put our phone number in, and I talked about this today. Where it's going is you're going to have to buy a digital photo of yourself that is verified that it's you in the future.
Yeah,
And
they
that,
did that. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead. I'm sick
They
of
they
hearing
do that.
myself.
They do certain things like that. Uh,
Yeah. We've
you know.
also talked about the chip in the hand. Do you know what I'm talking
Mm,
about? Between your
yes.
thumb and, so that's huge in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And they just shoot it in there. It's in there forever. And you can swipe to get into work, and they can track where you are on the sales floor or whatever you do for a living. So it's a great way to monitor what you're doing. And that's where we're
Right.
headed. Yeah.
I've again, I'm Christian, not a
Mm-hmm.
conspiracy theorist, but in the Bible it says the hand or the forehead you won't be able to buy or sell. So I'm not surprised. Would I get it? No. It's like the jab or anything else. Just because I don't get
Mm-hmm.
it, I'm not going to be angry with you for not. Just don't push it on me.
Yeah.
Um,
I loved your conversation the other day with Rev. You guys were
did you?
great together. You guys were
Thanks.
great
Yeah.
together. It was
He's
respectful. He's left and you're right. Is that correct? He
yes.
says he's far left. He makes Castro look like a conservative or something. I think that's his. Yeah. Um, but he's fun.
He
He
is. He
is.
is. Um, it's interesting because on here I can have
Yeah.
conversations with people that are far left. Blazing atheist
Yeah.
and far left.
Mm-hmm.
Cool guy. Can have a
Yeah.
normal
Educated.
conversation. Mm-hmm.
Educated. Um,
With,
witty. Uses big
yep.
words. You actually froze. I don't know if you know that. Is he frozen on your side, guys?
Yeah. Yeah, that might here. Let me see. Can you hear me? I'm running the other camera and sometimes it does this.
Okay. Do you have two cameras?
Yeah, see?
Oh, cool. Yeah. So when you're showcasing the nostrils, you go with that one.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I ask if anybody um if I see any, can you see any boogers? If so, let me go to the bathroom real
Just
quick.
just hairs. Just hairs.
Just hairs. Okay.
Just hairs, yeah.
Good, good.
Um
It's hard for me to talk to somebody when they got a booger hanging because
what are you
I'm
working
concentrated on the.
what are you working on right now? Just work stuff?
Yeah, I'm actually chatting with somebody
Mhm.
as we speak.
Yeah.
Um,
Multitasking.
that's why when you were like, "Are you?" I'm multitasking. Sorry, I'm like, I do the same thing, and then
Yeah.
people get left on the backstage.
Yeah. Well, it's easily done.
It
Yeah.
is.
So I think we need to respect each other, and if individuals, we basically require a photo, great. And I think there would be wonderful if maybe it'll be like the vaxxers and the anti-vaxxers, where you'll have the group of people who don't want to show their face, and they'll be doing broadcasts together.
Be like, do you need two forms of ID, Michael?
Yes, exactly. Be careful. Yeah, yeah.
It's all right. The one that's on my driver's license not real.
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if it has that on my concealed carry or not. No, it just has my date of birth on my concealed carry.
Is your wife looking
Yeah,
after your little guy right now?
they're out and about. They got to go
Yeah.
eat at Golden Corral. Yeah, I was a little jealous.
I don't know what that is.
Um,
I have no idea what that is. What is that?
Golden Corral is like
I'm
like a
Canadian,
buffet
right?
place. Yeah, you know how I know Canadians is when they say about. When they say about, they go about, and I'm
But
like, you can,
it almost sounds like a boat, right? And
yeah,
in
like a
America,
boat. Yeah,
and I notice with Americans, you guys say college. We go
college,
to we go to college, and it's a dollar.
a
I
dollar,
need a dollar.
a dollar.
Yeah, you guys
Give
always
me
say
a.
dollar. Give me a dollar to make you holler. I'll do the wild thing. Dollar
That sounds like
in college.
East Coast.
Yeah, but it's interesting because I used to live in Sarnia, and on
Mm-hmm.
the other side of Sarnia is Port Huron, and I couldn't believe the difference in the accent. And we're talking, I'm not kidding, 800 meters to a mile between the water. I don't even think it's that. It might be 800 meters to 600 meters. And yet it was a completely different world. And all the only distance between was the water. That was it. And occasionally when I was, I think, 17, 18, I dated a few American women, and
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe how different the values were. It was,
It's I'm telling you, that's why I kept telling people, I'm like, I'm not gonna marry somebody from America.
yeah,
They were like, I go, she might be here, but she's not gonna be from America, because it's
no,
always like, well, what can you give me? Where's your job at? Like, I get
yeah.
it. Men are
So,
supposed to
so
support
is it
women.
like Janet Jackson? Is that what you mean? What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately?
Yes, yes.
Woo, woo. Or the other one. How do you like it? How do you like it? More, more, more. How do you like it? How do you like your love? Right? So, yeah.
Yes.
But we live in that world right now where people will just continually ask and come to the well. And if you
Hmm.
don't stop them, they just assume that you're, Johnny Cash. You're the insta-teller.
Johnny Cash was so good. Do you
Yes.
remember when he took Nine
Very
Inch
white
Nails
voice.
song? Do you remember that? And
Yeah.
and I was
Kevin, do you want to come up? Go ahead. Sorry. Sorry.
no, no, you're fine. Um, no, so I was at the time I
Mhm.
was a huge like Nine Inch Nails fan,
Yes.
and uh, Johnny Cash did that song called "Hurt," and
Yes.
there are artists that do other artists' songs and they
Yes.
just take it from them. They're like, "Sorry, it's better than the original," and
Right.
that's what he did with that song. And I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, but like you just Johnny Cash literally just took your song from you.
But that's the greatest compliment.
It is. It really is. It really is. I mean, I guess I wasn't like in a derogatory way, but I was just like, man, like, wow, I'm a good old country folk, the
Yeah.
Bocephus,
Yeah.
and I like a lot of the older ones. My
Right.
favorites, I guess, are in the '90s, just because that's what I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
But the older music seems to have more.
Yeah.
It's like more soulful, it's more meaningful. It wasn't
Yeah.
just, oh, we just threw this together, like rap
Yes.
nowadays. You're like
Hi, Kevin.
horrible.
Hey, Mike.
Hey,
Hey,
Thank
Kevin.
Mike.
thank you for coming up. I appreciate it.
It's okay. Let my dog out.
Yeah. So we don't really know each other. This is the first time we've met. We know each other through the web, but we've never physically met. So thank you. I
You're
appreciate that.
welcome.
What is your take on this? Because you've been very vocal with it, and I wanted to kind of know. I know how I feel. I'm sick of how I feel. I'm curious to know what you're thinking, and maybe you'll give me some perspective. And am I being a nasty curmudgeon? If I am, please explain
uh,
it to me.
I think that every broadcaster on any platform has control over their broadcast, and if they want to set rules and have boundaries or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that's up to them. And it's the same way for the people that are not showing their faces and just using avatars or whatever. If they
Mm-hmm.
choose to do that, then go to the avatar side of it. You know, it's just you. Both of you guys are right. You know, you have the right to broadcast like you want to, and they have the right to broadcast the way
Agreed.
they want to.
Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't, shaming someone and threatening them is not a great way to build the foundation of a friendship.
No, there seems to be
Entitlement?
some projecting and some anger issues with some of these
Well, a lot of people also did this to Mark Goldman
Mm.
when if they decide they want 10,000 followers or 5,000 followers, and I don't know who said sandbox first, but it is their sandbox, and they can let whoever they want in the sandbox because they pay the cost to be the boss. Do you know who said that originally? BB King. I pay the cost to be the boss. Yeah. So you have a great voice. You should come up more often. Have your own broadcast. Were
Yeah,
you
I had.
were you a
I,
DJ one time?
I'm a musician now. Uh,
Mm.
a retired musician. I've been a musician for like 35 years.
What do you
I
play?
I started out with drums. I played
Mhm.
piano. I migrated to guitar,
Yeah.
sing. I've recorded with several artists, songwriter. I've been on
Mhm.
several CDs, recordings. I've toured. I've done everything, and
It's been hard. It's been hard for all my friends that are artists. It was a nightmare last year.
yeah,
I don't want to mention the name because he'll punch the crap out of me. You really will. If I mention it, he will punch the crap out of me. But he went on one day, and this is a guy that never cries. And he said, I went from having 52 gigs in Europe. I had, somewhere around near $1 million of earnings. And after taxes, I probably would have got about 300,000. I now have zero. He said, I'm beyond fucked. That's what he said in the broadcast. I am beyond fucked. And he said, it was really scary. He says, once the announcement came out, it went from, okay, I've lost 10. Okay, I've lost half of them. Oh God, I'm down to 5, 3, 2, gone. And that was a lot of guys out there. And now I'm seeing people doing karaoke and they don't have the mask on and they're all around doing Sweet Caroline, ba, 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 and I'm thinking, if you're a sweet ventilator next week, you're not going to be in the greatest. It might be a little soon.
yeah.
I don't know. I think the young puppy, like, I love True Seekers looking at me like, Michael's nuts.
I think as an independent artist these days now, you have to really think outside the box. And I
Yeah.
think the pandemic has shown us that video video and live streaming is going to be the
Hmm.
future for music,
Yeah.
because for the longest time, it's always been a struggle when I've played live and met people at a venue or a bar,
Hmm.
to get their information for a mailing list or whatever. It's always been hard to get those people that are offline to get them online.
Yeah.
And it's even harder for the people that are online
Hmm.
when you advertise that you're going to play somewhere to get them offline.
Yeah.
So this live streaming thing, if you notice, for the past year and a half, a lot of artists have resorted to video streaming,
Yeah.
uh, putting up their Venmos, Cash Apps, and
Yeah.
there's even
Please.
companies that sponsor you
Yeah.
to do this live streaming, and they take a cut of the money. And so
If
I think the future for for the live musician is going to have to include video.
Yeah. Do you remember the song Radio killed the video killed the radio star. It's true. And downloads killed CDs.
Oh yeah, CDs are dinosaurs.
Do
That's
you
another
remember?
thing.
Buy it now and you can have it forever. It's only
Yeah,
$30. And, and,
yeah,
and this is when $30 was $60 now, right? You
yeah.
can't buy anything for $30 now. It's sad.
Well, that's a whole nother pigeonhole with CDs, because nowadays people don't buy CDs
No,
for
they buy records. We
yeah.
we,
Well,
we we've got
records and
we've gone around the whole we've
yeah.
gone backwards.
Well,
We
records and vinyl are for audio files,
Yes.
but the
It's
newer
like
generation, um, they're not into compact discs. They're into
no.
flash drives and
Yeah.
USB. Most new
Yes.
cars don't have a CD player. Most people don't have a CD player in their home. The
No.
new thing
No.
now is to manufacture your music on a flash drive,
Yeah.
and they could design these flash drives to look like credit cards,
Yeah.
and you could put mass amounts of information on there, your press kit, your
Yeah.
videos, your bio.
Yeah.
You can even offer discounts. Like if you bring your flash drive to the show, we'll upload a free song for you. So that's the future. The
Yeah.
compact discs are
They're
on their
done.
way out, and I get irritated with some of my friends who have these CD release parties.
Yeah.
And I don't I, I don't understand having a CD release party where there's
Yeah.
just one
But
date
but but we're
and one
filling
venue.
landfills. You know that when we do that. If no, but you are.
Yeah,
You're filling landfills. If you can listen to it, everybody has a phone now.
yeah.
So, do you honestly believe that you can walk around the world and not have your picture taken? That's the other thing I've been addressing today.
Picture.
Well, I have individuals on this platform who really believe that the picture never gets taken. And I'm thinking, guys, you go down the street, I guarantee you they have you on camera. If you go to the bank, they probably got a beautiful picture of the back of my neck and the top of my head, which is not too nice, trust me. There was a lot less hair up there than there used to be. It's not a pretty sight.
Yeah, everybody's taking your picture when you go to the hospital.
Yeah.
When you go grocery shopping, when you get a
Hmm.
ticket through a toll booth that you're not supposed to be driving in the carpool
Yeah.
lane. Yeah, it,
But here's the thing, if you're not comfortable sharing your life, don't be on here.
yeah.
Like, do a podcast, write a book. There's a
Make your
million
own.
ways.
Make your own
Make
app.
art.
Make
Make
your
art.
own. Make your own app where
You're
yeah. I mean,
you're
there's apps where people just live as avatars. It's
mhm.
just like that one that failed. I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago, where it was kind of like
Would you say you have a bit of edge, sir?
Edge.
Edge. Like you were a bit of a nasty curmudgeon there. I think I fell in love with you right in that moment, right there when you went, start your own app.
Yeah, start your own app.
Start, and
Your
you
own
could
vir-
and
your
you
own
could boot
virtual
off
world.
everybody you don't like.
Your
Oh, and
own
by the way,
virtual world, and you could just
yeah.
be a picture.
And by the way, you
Or,
can't pay your rent right now, but you could start up an app. It's only going to cost you about 10 million. Yeah.
well, you could at the $50,000 down payment.
You're funny. God, you're funny. I'm going to have you up again. This is a hoot and a half. So, but I feel bad for the owners where people feel entitled and they feel like the owners own them something, like owe them. They don't owe you anything.
Mm.
And I
What, like
and I and I
the
drove.
CEOs and the investors of apps?
Yeah, like to me, I feel like I've gone to broadcasting school
Yeah.
again. It's wonderful.
Well, hasn't
True,
well
true
hasn't happened.
secret. Don't you think that we get to practice
Yeah.
here?
Well,
We
Yes.
hasn't this application? Don't they have investors now?
they do, they
Yes.
do.
And so
It
they're
but
interested. They're
but if they
interested in
had you
making
as an
money.
advisor, I'd be worried. You don't
Yeah.
like it? Just start your own app.
Well,
So they're interested in making money and keeping this application alive, right?
People want to be warm, dry, fed. I've noticed that those three things seem to be really important: warm, dry, fed. You know.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be cold at night. You want to be
Yeah.
fed, and you want to be dry. You don't want the rain coming in, and you got to make a
And,
couple
and,
bucks to
and,
do
a,
that.
and a diaper change and a warm bottle of milk.
Is that your life right now, or
No,
because
that's my president's life.
I honestly believe if you live long enough, you end up in diapers. It's this is a cruel
It's
journey,
inevitable.
very
Yeah.
cruel.
It's okay as long as
It's
my son
convenient
wipes
too.
my butt when I get older. I'm good.
It's convenient when you can't go to the bathroom.
So if you're gambling, like gamblers that do the slot machines,
Oh yeah, hours and
they
hours.
they wear the Depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they have the thing tied. You know what I mean? They're putting it in a bottle.
Yeah.
I can imagine going, "Are you thirsty? Here you go."
Do you know how fighter pilots be up
Can't.
in the sky? They
No,
they
tell
pee
me.
through, they pee through a tube,
Yeah,
Do they
and there's a
really?
hole in the bottom of the fuselage, and they're up there
yeah,
flying and
yeah.
just pee in a tube.
Why not? And then a bird goes by and goes. You know, it reminds me so much of that lovely song. When you go where the Eskimos go, don't you eat that yellow snow? No, no, no,
Oh gosh.
no. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's
That's
crazy.
funny.
so how many instruments can you play, sir?
Let's see, piano, drums, all kinds of percussion,
Hmm.
guitar. I would say probably
You look like a bassist to me. You do.
bass.
I can see
Bass
it.
is hard to play.
Well, drummers and bassists are basically the backbone of a band. People don't realize
Right.
if you don't have two of those that are really good, it'll go sideways very fast.
Yeah, true.
True.
I've seen many of bands that guitar players, vocalists,
Hmm.
keyboardists, they all suck, but the
Yeah,
drummer's incredible,
I really love when you hold back.
and he keeps if the
So,
drummer's
so,
incredible, you get
so,
away with murder.
so, Kevin, do you
If
have
the
a
drummer
filter at
sucks,
all? Do you have a filter at all, or is it just straight?
Yeah, it seems like straight to the point.
I love it.
I like it.
Yeah, yeah, Captain Zinger. I think I'm going to call you.
Captain Zinger.
Yeah,
No, but if you have a shitty drummer, I don't care how good your singer is
yeah,
or anybody else on that stage.
yeah.
That's the engine of the band. It's going to drive you down.
It's a heartbeat.
You know.
Yep.
It is honestly the heart of like if it was a body, the drummer is basically the heart
Yeah.
and the bassist. People don't realize that if you can't hold the pocket, to
Yeah.
me, the backbone of a great song is the drum. That's why they go drum and bass. What do you need? Drum and bass. Guitar is sprinkling. It's beautiful,
Yeah.
right? Like the fighter pilot when he's up in the air. He's just
Well,
sprinkling.
when you've got two, because my favorite band of all time was Pantera, and they
Hmm.
were brothers, so they had
Hmm.
that chemistry. Um,
Yeah. Just
and
like the Black
Don,
Rose.
So I think when they come in pairs, when
Yeah,
you've got two really good people, whether it's a bass and a drummer or a
yeah,
guitar player, I think that it kind of complements
yeah,
everybody else because you're like, dude, I
yeah.
could listen to you guys jam just by yourself.
Right. Okay, Rush. Right?
Rush.
Think about Rush.
Right.
Right?
That's great.
Uh, the average
Great
person,
band.
I don't think they could name the guitar player, but they can name the bassist and the drummer. No problem.
Neil Peart, Geddy Lee, and
Right.
Alex Lifeson.
I don't
Alex
even know.
Lifeson.
Something like that. Anderson?
Alex Lifeson.
Is it? You sure? I don't know. We'll look it up. But I don't think the average person would know. Now, if you think about the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Flea is amazing. And the drummer's not too bad, even though he looks like Will Ferrell, which drives him right around there.
Chad.
Where's
Yeah.
my money?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever see when they had the drum off and he was mimicking them?
Oh yeah. So was that Saturday Night Live?
I think so. It was awesome. It was awesome.
They look like twins.
I went and saw Peter Gabriel, and I'll never forget. His drummer was so good, and Peter Gabriel had world class musicians. The drummer stole the show.
That might have been the French drummer Manu Cachet.
He was phenomenal. I was absolutely mesmerized by him. And I'm not a big lover of drums. I like drums.
Sting had that same drummer
Yeah,
when he went solo from the Police.
yeah. So
Incredible.
yeah. You know, a keyboardist is great, but they're all sprinklings. And you're right. If you have a crappy drummer, you're better not to have a drummer.
No.
You're better to go acoustic.
If I walk into a venue and the
Mhm.
drummer sucks, I
Yeah.
just turn around and take it to go.
Yeah.
I don't even want to stay there and listen to that.
But I
I'm
don't think
really
that
sa-
I don't think the average person knows a good drummer. That's the sad thing.
You're right. Because I know a lot of bands that are really crappy, have crappy drummers and crap. Just crappy bands, and they've got a following of 30 to 50 people. And here I am putting together a band of
Yeah.
4 knockout musicians, and nobody
Yeah.
cares.
Yeah.
That's always baffled me my whole life.
Yeah.
Is how,
Well, but being a musician is a tough road.
yeah,
No,
Oh,
dude.
oh,
anything,
what's
anything
going
that
on? What's going on? Someone send you something gross? He's
We
losing
we,
it.
we
What's
were
going
talking
on?
about depends. No lie, I'm not gonna give the
Yeah.
context, but
Yeah.
this person on chat
Yeah.
literally was like, "I was supposed to have 5 depends in my cart." I can't.
So, but do you see the synchronicity in life? So I got to tell you, Kevin, thank you today. The comments that you gave me, like earlier today on Facebook and stuff, I needed that. I really
You're
needed
welcome.
that. I
I,
appreciate it. I
I
appreciated
stayed
your kind
after.
words.
Yeah, I stayed after you signed off, and then I
Mhm.
saw that comment, and I'm like, what in the hell's going
Mhm.
on?
Yeah.
You know, who's trying to destroy community here?
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know.
the thing is, I think when people feel hurt or misunderstood, it goes ballistic.
Yeah,
And I don't think some people have the capacity to see the other side of it, right? They only see how they're affected. Where
yeah,
as I get older, I'm getting better. But I'm still not great. But the compassionate part of, okay, how's this person feeling? I know how I'm feeling. That's, who cares? But how's that other person feeling? And the other one I always ask is, how would I like to be treated in this situation? And
yeah.
and if someone said to me, Michael, I know you're not comfortable going on air because of your big nose. So why don't we meet for a coffee, or I'll message you on Messenger, and as long as I can see you and I know how ginormous your nose is, I'll try not to stare at it while I'm in there in the 3 minutes. And I won't say any jokes about how I could drive a moped up it. I promise.
Or how it gets home 5 minutes before you do.
Right. Right. Yeah. And you know what's really cruel about life? Your ears and your nose never stop growing.
And you get shorter.
You get shorter, and other things, they're not what they were. You don't have the same steady rhythm. Your drummer ain't working.
That's that's why I practice 30 to 35 minutes every day. I don't want to be that guy.
No, no way, man. You got to be able to keep that beat.
Yeah.
I think
Look at
we're talking about the same thing. I'm not sure. Okay, keep going.
yeah, I feel bad for Charlie Watts, man. It's like
I loved him.
he's
That rocked me.
yeah,
That rocked me because he was such a sweet man, and he kept that band together. He was like the spiritual guru of that.
yeah. And
And
you know,
and they and go ahead.
my personal opinion on that is I don't think the Stones should have replaced him with a younger drummer,
Hmm.
Jordan. I
Yeah,
guess that drummer has worked with Keith Richards
yeah,
for years, but I think they should have pulled a drummer from that same era. Uh,
yeah,
Keltner,
yeah.
Ringo Starr could have done that gig.
Well, there's a guy named Kevin. They call him Sure Shot to the Head. Um, I think he would have been good in the Stones thing. I don't know if he could have handled all the attention though. It's tough. It's hard to say no when you hear so many yeses. You know what
Oh
I
yeah,
mean? Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been there.
I know you have. I can tell the way when I said it, I could see you were like, "Oh, I remember." Yeah.
I've been followed to the bathroom and had people kneel down in front of me,
Yes.
praising me about how great I am, and I'm like,
Yes.
get up off your knees.
Yes.
I
Like
didn't
a
do
sermon.
anything special.
Like a sermon.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
do anything
Yeah.
special.
A different type of praise. A whole new level of worship.
I'm like, you too can be as good as me if you practice for
Yes.
6 months.
Please wash my feet first, though. Thank you.
You know what's
Oh man.
interesting is
Yes.
the one of the people that was in the Bible actually refused to wash Jesus's feet and
Oh,
he was like a religious zealot, basically. Like, I know everything, and I,
yes.
just like an overachiever. You
Yeah.
know, it's kind of interesting to see that. Like, you didn't recognize that.
Yeah.
You
It's
didn't. You
5:08
missed
right
it.
now, guys, and it's pitch black out.
Yeah, that's how it is here. Well, it's 3:08, but when it was like right about 5, lights
It
out.
feels like 9 o'clock and it's 5:08.
Well, it's 2:08 over here in Washington State,
Mm-hmm.
and I already feel tired.
Do you? Well,
Hey, that time change.
I think I would be probably feeling invigorated after that story you told. I'd be in memory lane. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
that would bring back, that's the thing though. You got to be careful in life. You can't live in glory days. You have to kind of, and time is not kind. How old are you? I'm 58.
61.
Oh, no way. I wouldn't have guessed that. Wouldn't have guessed that at all. That's
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah, you're still
born,
here. Well
I'm
done.
born 1960.
Yeah. The greatest music in my estimation, you may disagree, because I love blues and I love jazz. Between 1960 and I would say 1965, some of the greatest blues was ever made. And those guys were starving. They made no money. They had a nice suit. They might have had a car, but that was it. And the Miles Davis and John Coltrane and all those, that was the backbone of rock. And then rock came out, and you got to admit, some of the rock that first came out was pretty sloppy.
Yeah,
Like if you listen to the original Stone stuff, it's not great. It sounds like the high school band playing it. Like if you listen to the very original blues stuff they did, it's not. And that's the thing that amazes me now. You have kids that are 15 and they play at a master's level. Like how? And they shred like they're Eddie
Because their
Van Halen.
parents.
Like it blows my mind. And they got little fingers
well,
and they're doing
well,
that.
yeah, the kids these days have more access to information
Yes, that's
than
what
I
it
did
is.
when I was learning how to play. I had to put a record on and listen to it 50 times to see what the hell they were playing,
Yeah.
and then try to imitate it. And I'm like, what's going on here? Now I can go on YouTube and get lessons for
For
everything.
free.
Oh,
For
they're
free.
telling me,
For free.
yeah,
Hi
I can.
Tony. How are you?
What's up? What's going on? What's up,
How you
True?
doing?
What's up, Kevin? How you doing, man?
Have
Good,
you
man.
It's my very first time meeting Kevin. I'm gonna call him the Stinger. He
Right.
he's he's straight from the hip. There seems to be no buffer. Like truth is truth. That's
I've had it, Mike. I've had it. I had it with everything. I've had it with religion, politics,
yeah.
sex,
Yeah.
all these subjects, and I'm just like at a
Yeah.
point where I don't want to fill my hard drive anymore, meaning my
Mm,
brain, with all this information that's just like not going to help me do anything in my
Right.
artistic career or anything. It's
yeah.
just I just had it. I got to clear my brain of all this garbage.
So and I feel like you'll be honest, and I'll ask you the question I've been asking all week. For you, this HAPS experience, how has it been for you?
Well, I've only been on Hapster maybe 6 months for the old
Hmm.
platform,
Hmm.
and I really like it. I really like it.
Yeah.
I really like the way. Uh-oh.
What's going on there, Tony? Is that another broadcast? Is someone
I'm trying to
screaming?
let Brian know that I had to be over here before I was able to go over there because he said we were supposed to do the fantasy football chat, but you had invited me earlier, so I'm telling him I'm over
Okay,
here
okay.
and I'll
Well,
come over there after this.
that's fun screaming. That's not crazy screaming, I'm hearing.
No, it's not crazy. No, it's not crazy screaming.
Okay, because it sounded like someone was about to murder somebody.
Oh
That did
no
not sound. Oh, good.
no
Okay,
no 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 no. This is good vibes. This
this
is
is
good
good fun.
haps. This is good haps.
Well, it didn't sound good. Do you guys know Dean SMS?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Welcome to the broadcast.
Slam, what's good? Jeremy, what's good?
I had a choice nap in this broadcast. He's telling me he napped, I think, in the broadcast. Well, thank you.
Colin, my good man, where have you been? Debeth, how you doing? Oh
Where do you
wow.
see Colin?
I'm
Like,
scrolling through the chat. I'm scrolling
oh,
through the
okay,
chat.
yeah.
Just come and try to
It's
see
been a while.
what's going on. Yeah.
He's weird. You can't get him on here unless it's like 9 at night, which is like 2 in the morning for him. He's a night hawk. Something's going on there. I don't know what.
I know.
Yeah. So I honestly need to do the final word here. Tony, thank you for coming up. Thank you for being in the broadcast earlier today. I thought that was a great broadcast we did.
We always have good ones when we talk about stuff. We always do. It's not a problem. If I can't come up, I'm busy. I try to get up even just for a minute to let you know what's going on. So I don't want
Yeah.
anybody feeling ignored. I tell True that all the time. He's always inviting me, but I'm always busy. And y'all see, I try to cross task two in each and
Oh,
everybody.
I
I'm
see
not
that. You're
ignoring you. My ass is
yeah.
busy.
He's the someone called you the mayor of Haps. I believe it.
Yeah,
Every,
I told them. I said I'm gonna run for it one day because I be doing the
yeah.
most up here.
Everybody needs to follow Kevin. I'm trying to think of a should we call him Sure Shot Kevin? I think Stinger is better.
Stinger.
Well,
Stinger, because you should
my
have heard him. These
broadcast
people
when I
suck. This sucks.
my
Hell no.
broadcast when I start getting it going is going to be basically about art and music behind the scenes.
Okay.
But people don't get to see. If you look at my old videos, I wasn't
Mhm.
able to answer the comments and stuff because I was
Yep.
streaming rehearsals and
Yeah.
conducting them. So I want to have
You're
a
silly.
broadcast where I bring the viewers into behind the scenes
Oh,
of
nice.
songwriting
Yeah,
and creating, and also advice, kind of like a music consultant of
I
things,
love that.
lessons I've learned, do's and don'ts about getting a gig and
Yeah.
There
making
you go,
money.
right there. True
Doing
Seekers
music.
right there with you. Colin just popped up.
Did he? Oh, good.
Which can be used
Hmm?
in business. You
True
know,
Seeker, can I buzz you down? Is that okay?
Hmm?
Sure
Yeah,
can.
I'm gonna buzz you down. I'm
Let me
because I
jump down because I got to go with Brian. I'll come
perfect.
back afterwards, so I'll save you a headache. Okay.
Thank you, buddy.
All
Okay.
right, no problem. Gentlemen, good to meet y'all. Honestly, Kevin, good to see you for the first time. True, you know we'll catch up. Mike, you know we
all
always
right,
gonna
Yes,
Tony.
catch
sir.
up. And this isn't over. We'll catch up, gentlemen.
Thank you.
See you soon,
No
guys.
problem. Yes, little boy.
Okay. We should have Colin here, but we don't.
Hmm.
Do you see Colin? Can you hear Colin?
I can hear.
Colin, are you there, buddy? That's weird. It says he's on stage
It said it said poor signal for a split second.
for Colin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been having this thing where it sticks. So right now I still see the image of True Seeker. I still see the image. I wonder if I do this. Here, I'm going to go back. I know what I can do. I'll do this. This will probably work. Maybe. Okay. And you know what's weird? I don't see Colin on the other page now. But it says he's on stage. So the other day we had to have people come up and try to get out again, but yeah. But Kevin, thank you. You really made my day today. I
Glad.
sincerely mean I needed that today. I don't know what you said, but it was perfect. In the brush, flush me. I'll try again. Okay. I guess.
All
I
right.
guess you're gonna have.
I'll step down. I got to take care of my animals.
All right. Well, thank you for that reverence thing you told me about. That where
Well,
they kneel before you, and I'm glad that you handled that with such grace. So, but you're welcome anytime, my friend. Thank you.
okay. Thanks, Mike.
Please follow Kevin. All right. Let's see if we got Colin. Nope. All right. I'm gonna wait for you to flush yourself and see if that works. I don't want to have three. He's trying. Should I try? There he goes. Okay. That is so weird. So according to this, I have 3 people in here. So Colin, are you going to be around later tonight? Because I can't get you up. According to this, you're in the room. Truth Seeker, can you try to flush yourself again or come up and come down again and see? Because I can't get Colin in. So let's see if we can get you back up and I can just talk to Colin for a minute. But according to this, Colin is in the room. Let's just look here. So, all right, I'm going to invite you again. Truth Seeker. I did this the other day. Evan was a hoot, eh? Oh my God, he was funny. Yeah. Truth Seeker, invite. Okay, let's see if we can get you back up. Invited. And I'm going to invite Colin again, and maybe that'll bring him up. Okay, we got Truth Seeker back up, but I can't get Colin up. That's so weird. Do you even know you're on, Truth Seeker? I don't think he knows he's on. Do you know you're on? I can't hear you though. I think he's talking to someone, but he doesn't know what he's in the broadcast. That's so weird. That's dangerous. That there. Okay, so add and add. Let's see what happens. There. Wow. I know you are calling, but it won't let you come up. This is very weird, buddy. So I tried to get True Seeker. Okay. Strange. This is definitely a glitch. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Maybe this will work. Okay, so the only person I have invited is Colin. Can you hear me, Colin? That's so strange. Oh, do you know what might work? Yeah. This sometimes work. James just reminded me of this. I think it's the sound thing. Just 1 second here, guys. Be patient with me. I'm learning. So I go to, I think it's the echo canceling audio. That sometimes works. Colin, when you go in, fiddle with your audio and do the audio cancellation and see if that works. Back on. Wow. It's jammed. It is crazy jammed. And I'm not too sure even what we can see on the screen. Go all the way back into the beginning of the pages and everything. I did. I did that. I like there's no one there except for Colin. Okay, I'm going to uninvite Colin. And now I'm going to invite him. And see what happens. Okay, and go back. James, do you want to try to come up? See if that boots it, and then you can do that sound thing you do. You know how you make it spin? Maybe try that. Maybe it'll reboot it. Let's try Colin again. It says joining in 2 seconds. Don't see him. All right. I will invite you, James, and see if we can fix it. We'll try one more time. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to take that as a sign that I should spend some time with the wife. And I'm going to do that. James. Yes, there he goes. Okay, I just invited you. See if we can get you up. I wonder. I wonder if I invite Tony back and we can get him to. Oh. That is so weird. I'm here too. Yeah, I know. Okay. So I couldn't hear you I could see you, and I didn't know if you could see. So let's try that. All right. Clearly a glitch, eh, guys? All right, let's do that. All right. Okay, I've invited you again, True Seeker. You should be able to come just up if you should have got an invite. Yeah, you're right. Tony is on a broadcast already. So guys, I'm going to end this because we're getting nowhere. I'm on screen. Are you on screen? I can't hear you though, and I can't see you. Yeah. So I can't hear you, but you can hear me. How weird. Okay. That is strange. I'm lost in La La Land here. I only see Michael. Okay. Let's try this. That's interesting. We'll flip it back around. Hit this. I only see Michael. So weird. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. It looks like we're lost in limbo. Have a good night.